This right here is my 1993 Nissan Silvia S13. And guess what? I drive it every single day. That might sound absolutely crazy. It kind of is. What is it really like to daily drive a 33-year-old car in Japan nonetheless? Well, if you've clicked on this video, you're in the right place because I'm going to tell you exactly what it's like. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the fun. But before we get into any of that, we need to kind of rewind a little bit to tell you exactly what's going on. If you're new to this channel, my name is Scott and I just moved to Japan about 6 months ago. I bought this 1993 Nissan Silvia S13 as one of my dream cars. I also have an S15 back in England. Instead of getting a normal commuter car, I thought why not go all out and live the JDM dream and get a 90s JDM car, one of my dream cars. So now that you're all caught up to speed, let's get on with the video. Now, some people might call me crazy for driving a car like this every single day. However, I don't call myself crazy, I call myself ambitious. An older car obviously has its quirks. Some bushings obviously fade and they go a little bit worse. Sometimes something just breaks, but that's part of an older car, especially a project car. But when it's a car that you're driving every single day, there's one thing in particular which sets it apart from project cars, and that is the reliability of the engine. Now, hear me out with this one. I don't know if this is just myself, however, I find especially with SR motors, if you drive them regularly and you keep up with the maintenance, and you do drive them a lot and put some miles on them, it actually keeps the health of the engine from deteriorating. So a lot of the times, if you daily drive a car like this, you're actually kind of doing it some good. Well, wait, if you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe and leave down below a comment of where you're watching from. Let's get back to the video. One thing I think that makes this really special, driving a 33-year-old car every single day, a JDM car nonetheless, are the actual imperfections. The steering not handling quite right, or you hit a bump and you can feel it jolt a little bit, smell of the exhaust and some burning oil. Everything is fine, I promise you. But those little quirks and those intricacies I actually find really great about the visceral experience of driving an older car, especially every day. It just adds on to the experience. I absolutely love that. And I think part of the reason for that is because these modern cars, they have all of these assists like lane assist, they've got these parking sensors, they basically do everything for you, and there's electronic dampening on suspension. It takes care of a lot of things for you. There's all of this technology that it sort of just takes away from the experience of like being a driver instead of a passenger. Whereas in a car like this, which is a lot older, I feel like I'm actually the driver, a part of the car, an extension of the car, and I get to enjoy the imperfections. Don't quite know if you can hear it, but there's a rattle. You will have these rattles that sort of pop up because you are driving it on a daily basis, but still it doesn't take away from the journey. When I say the journey, I mean like right now we're driving some really slow traffic. It's like 30-40 kilometers an hour because we're in Japan, we're in the middle of Kyoto. However, it still makes it fun. You still hear the exhaust noise. Yes, there's a bit more concentration involved in the daily driving aspect. However, hearing the exhaust when you're driving through somewhere, no matter how fast or slow you're going, puts a smile on my face every single time, makes the journey just a little bit more exciting. Especially in Japan and places like the UK, there's a lot of bumps in the road. There's a lot of potholes and things that you have to sort of overcome and think about how you're going to drive over it, whether it's going to make a new knocking noise, whether the suspension's going to be really bad. And I'm sure you can tell by the video footage right now that it's definitely not the smoothest ride. However, it is still an enjoyable time. It's a unique experience. Another great thing about driving a 90s car in Japan is you get to watch TV whenever you fill up, which is quite cool. Comment down below how much you think this is going to cost overall, because we just finished, and 7,023 yen for 41, just under 41.5 litres. Not too bad, I don't think. I believe that's about just under 35 pounds. There we have it. Everything in Japanese that you can't understand. When you drive one of these cars, it is absolutely incredible. However, most people drive these cars on the weekend for spirited drives and do them up as rolling project cars. However, when you drive it on the daily, a project car isn't necessarily the most fun. The reason for that is because you have stiff suspension. Almost everyone with a modified car has an exhaust, so it's a little bit louder, and quite frankly, they're just not overly practical. One thing I particularly love about the S13 here is that it's kind of like a time capsule. It takes you right back to the early 90s or the late 80s, where there wasn't that much technology, everything's pretty much analog, and you have to really concentrate in order to figure out how to drive it. Especially through the Japanese streets where they're actually really narrow, you have to avoid hitting cyclists and pedestrians, and people just drive like crazy sometimes, which is kind of part of the fun sometimes, I suppose. Is it hard to drive sometimes? Yes, it is a little bit, but it makes you think and it challenges you. And I think that's actually really important, to sort of be challenged in a good way. And I think these cars do that. I guess the final message with this video is don't be boring. Drive an old car and live a little.